Gopichana Pallava Kevarare Gopichana Pallava Kevarare Yashodanandana Vachajanarandana Yashodanandana Vachajanarandana Yamuna Tira Vanachare Yamuna Tira Vanachare Dayarara Madhava Kanjabiyare Dayarara Madhava Kanjabiyare Gopichana Pallava Kevarare Gopichana Pallava Kevarare Yashodanandana Vachajanarandana Yashodanandana Vachajanarandana Yamuna Tira Vanachare Yamuna Tira Vanachare Jayadara Madhava Kanjabiyare Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Nitai Gauriva Hariva Hariva Nitai Gauriva Nitai Gaura Premanandi Srila Prabhupada Ki Ganta Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Samaveda Bhaktivinoda Ki Gaura Premanandi Hare Krishna. Om Agyantimandasya Gyananjala Shalakaya Chakshunmilitam Dena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manupistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Upakaramayam Dadati Swabhadantikam Namah Vishnu-pada Kashyapista Bhuttani Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Govani Pachayine Nivishesha Shunyavadi Pasata Dasatarine Vanshakapa Trivasa Kripa Sinuvevata Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadada Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So thank you very much for coming on this foggy Friday morning to the Bhagavatam class, and I want to also ask for your blessings that I can say something of some little inspiration. I'm sitting here for my own purification. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we're reading from Canto 3, Chapter 13, verse 27. Yes. Utkṣipta-vālaḥ kha-caraḥ kaṭhoraḥ. Utkṣipta-vālaḥ kha-caraḥ kaṭhoraḥ. Saṭā vidhunvan khara-romaśa-tvak. Saṭā vidhunvan khara-romaśa-tvak. Khura-āhata sita-daṁṣṭra īkṣā. khura-āhata sita-daṁṣṭra īkṣā. Jyotir babhāse bhagavān mahī-dhraḥ. Jyotir babhāse bhagavān mahī-dhraḥ. Somebody wants to chant? Ladies? Any ladies want to chant? All right. Utkṣipta-vālaḥ. Splashing with a tail. Kha-caraḥ. In the sky. kaṭhoraḥ. Very hard. Saṭā. Hairs on the shoulder. Vidhunvan, quivering. Khara, sharp. Romaśa-tvak, skin full of hairs. khura-āhata, struck by the hooves, abhraḥ, the clouds, sita-daṁṣṭra, white tusk, īkṣā, glance, jyotir, luminous, babhāse, began to emit an effulgence. Bhagavān, the Personality of Godhead. Mahī-dhraḥ, the supporter of the world. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Before entering the water to rescue the earth, Lord Boar flew in the sky, splashing his tail, with heart hairs quivering. His very glance was luminous, and he scattered the clouds in the sky with his hooves and his glittering white tusks. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. When the Lord is offered prayers by his devotees, his transcendental activities are described. Here are some of the transcendental features of Lord Boar. As the residents of the upper three planetary systems offered their prayers to the Lord, it is understood that his body expanded throughout the sky, beginning from the topmost planet, Brahmaloka or Satyaloka. It is stated in the Brahma Samhita that his eyes are the sun and the moon. Therefore, his very glance over the sky was as illuminating as the sun or the moon. The Lord is described here as mahī-dhraḥ, which means either a big mountain or the sustainer of the earth. In other words, the Lord's body was as big and hard as the Himalayan mountain. Otherwise, how was it possible that he kept the entire earth on the support of his white tusks? The poet Jayadev, a great devotee of the Lord, has sung of the incident in his prayers for the incarnations. Vasati dasana sikare darantava-lagna. I didn't bring my reading glasses. Sasini kalankad kelava nimagna keshavadrita sakara-rupa jaya jagadishare. All glories to Lord Keshava, Krishna, who appeared as the board. The earth was held between his tusks, which appeared like the scars on the moon. Okay. So we have spent the whole week discussing this amazing, extraordinary pastime of Lord Boar appearing. And when I read this verse, it kind of struck me that I thought, just see, even when the Lord has the body of a hog, he still reciprocates with his devotees, right? Because it says here, yes, the demigods, the sadhus, everybody praised him, offered prayers, and Lord Varahadev reciprocates. He gets even more inspired to show his amazing form, becoming more and more gigantic, splashing around with his hoofs and tusks and tail and whatnot. So, and that is in reciprocation to the prayers offered by the devotees. And then when the devotees see that, they become even more enthused, more inspired. So this is this continuous reciprocation between the Lord and his devotees, even in the form of a hog, right? So, and we may ask ourselves, why is Krishna reciprocating? Well, he is reciprocating to actually increase our faith. That's why he shows himself to us, right? Even on our level also, if we actually, approach the Lord with feeling, with glorification, then Krishna shows himself. Yes, that's how he works. So we may ask, well, do we really believe this pastime? How much faith do we actually have? Or do we just read these leelas thinking, yeah, well, great story, thank God Krishna performs all these pastimes for our entertainment, so we have some nice stories here to hear. So do we really believe that Krishna actually appeared from the nostril of Brahma as a little boar and then took this gigantic form, the body as hard as the Himalaya mountains? Prabhupada goes into all the details describing it. Do we really believe this? Or do we just think this is some Indian mythology? And one nice little pastime comes to my mind with Srila Prabhupada that is described in Koma Prabhu's book, The Transcendental Adventure, Prabhupada in Australia and New Zealand. There's the situation where Upendra Prabhu wants to introduce a new bhakta to Prabhupada, Bhakta Simon. And Upendra brings him to Prabhupada's room and says, here Prabhupada, this is Bhakta Simon. So what does Prabhupada say? So, you have some doubt? And Simon was all taken aback because he did have some doubt. Prabhupada could see it. So then Prabhupada said, so, what is it? Do you have some doubt? Yes. Then Simon says, yes, Prabhupada, I do. So, what is it? And then Simon says, well, I like so many things, like the chanting and the prasadam, but some things I just can't accept. That there's some four-headed beings flying around the sky on gigantic swans. I just can't believe this. And then Simon says, so what am I going to do? And then Prabhupada very nicely responded. He simply closed his eyes for a moment and paused, and then he was saying, don't worry, I am your friend. Just put your faith in whatever you experience, what you can accept, and simply allow your faith to grow. And then Prabhupada made this amazing thing. He said, because Simon was an architect, so Prabhupada says, actually, we have to design a temple in Vrindavan. So maybe you can make the design? You can draw something up? And Simon, okay, well, I can try. And then Upendra reminds Prabhupada, actually, Prabhupada, we asked already somebody else to make that design. Prabhupada dismisses it. Doesn't matter, we can have so many designs. So please, you draw up some design. And Simon felt so honored and supported and understood. And he walked out encouraged, So interesting to see. So, faith, yes, if our faith is not quite there yet in this amazing pastimes of the Lord, well, we should put our faith in Guru, right? That's what Prabhupada says. Trust me, don't worry, I'm your friend. Have faith in me, in other words, right? So yes, we need first of all faith in Guru and faith in Prabhupada, right? And then by serving with heart and soul, Krishna reveals himself, and that's how our faith grows, yes. So this faith in Guru, in Prabhupada, so important. Actually, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he compares the awakening faith of a newer devotee to a newborn baby girl. Not baby boy. Baby boys are usually a little stouter and stronger. but no baby girl. So that's how we can understand our faith in the beginning. Very fragile, not developed yet. And newborn baby girl needs all protection and nourishment to gradually become stronger. So that's how we have to protect and nourish our faith, to allow it to become strong. Bhaktivinoda Thakur also says, faith is like the currency with which we purchase pure devotional service. We purchase Krishna actually with our faith. So that's why unflinching faith in Prabhupada, in Guru, and ultimately in Krishna, this is really the principle to actually develop pure bhakti. Yes. So without faith, not much chance to survive. Yeah. And Krishna is conquered. We know how a pure devotee conquers Krishna's heart through their faith, through their self-surrender. And we have that same principle also in our daily relationships, right? If somebody has really faith in us, we feel obliged. We don't want to let this person down. We want to, take care of that person and reach out, right? Yes, yes, at least if we have something in our heart here. Yes, we also respond to faith in our relationships. So Krishna, same thing, But sometimes our devotional practice may rather be external, that we go externally through the motions, almost a little mechanical. And then sooner or later Krishna tests us, right? Yes, the tests are always coming. Krishna tests our faith, yes. And then sometimes we may find ourselves that, we don't actually have faith. Yes, we didn't even realize. But then when a calamity strikes, we put our faith in so many other principles. We take shelter of our false ego instead of a counselor, guru, the holy name, and. And we probably all remember the story in Prabhupada's days, the moon landing. It was a real, a controversial topic, but Prabhupada didn't budge. Yes, he didn't compromise. He said, yes, we never went to the moon. Not possible. So in some of his the newcomers, they left. They couldn't handle it. They left Krishna consciousness because of that thing. Because they did not have faith. Yes, yes. So if we have faith in Prabhupada, we can survive anything. Nothing will bewilder us. Nothing will shake us. Nothing will make us leave Krishna consciousness. Will make us leave ISKCON. If we have unflinching faith in Prabhupada. But if we don't have that, then we may not be able to pass the test. It's very simple. Yes. Actually, I collected a few little statements on faith in my verse book because I don't have much in my head, so I need it in my verse book. Yes, where is it? Here. I mean, this is a famous verse. Yasya devi para bhakti yaha devi tato guru. So, only unto those great souls who have implicit faith in both the Lord and the spiritual master are all the imports of the Vedic literatures automatically revealed. So this faith in the Lord and in Guru, that is what we need. And then there's another very short but strong statement in the purport to Bhagavad Gita 9:3. Prabhupada says, faith is the most important factor for progress in Krishna consciousness. It is only by faith that one can advance in Krishna consciousness. Yes, very, very strong. Yeah, so let us address a little bit. So how do we develop faith? That question was asked the other day when His Holiness Chandramauli Swami was giving the class. So he was saying, yes, association. That's definitely so important. What other people carry in their hearts will rub off on us just due to association. I dare say there's a couple more steps we could also look at very briefly. There is 2 steps in acquiring knowledge, spiritual knowledge. Step number 1 is hearing. We have to hear Sambandha Gyan and understand it, accept it in our heart. Who is Krishna? Who am I? What is this whole material world all about? So Sambandha Gyan has to be deeply established in the heart, not just theoretically on the level of intelligence. It has to become Vigyan. So, and that should lead us to service, including chanting, to actually a genuine selfless service mood, that we are willing to sacrifice ourselves in service. And then, that's the step number 2, then Krishna will reveal himself. Yes, just out of our own strength, through our own studies, we actually cannot understand Krishna. No, we cannot. Krishna has to reveal himself. As Brahma Samhita says, our eyes have to be smeared with the ointment of love. And only then we can see Krishna, we can understand. Only then we can actually have faith in Krishna, that yes, Krishna can do anything. Why shouldn't he come as a little pig there and become gigantic or whatever? He can do anything. But that faith and that vision we only get if Krishna reveals himself. Yes. And that is through surrender and self-sacrifice and service. There is also a nice statement where Prabhupada talks about knowledge, because actually the ultimate purpose of all knowledge is to bring us to service. Right? Some of you may hear study Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhava, Bhakti Sarvabhauma. It's all very nice, but the goal is what? To get us to serve, that we understand Krishna is amazing, he is everything, the source of everything. I'm tiny, insignificant, I better serve him. That's where we're meant to get to. If that doesn't take place, there's not so much use of all our studies. We don't want to become dry pundits, right? Yes. And Prabhupada says this. He says this in 425.8 in the purport. He says, knowledge and this, oh sorry, no, that was the wrong one. Here, 425.62. The platform of knowledge is advantageous because it is a means by which one may come to the stage of devotional service. However, if one takes to devotional service directly, knowledge is revealed without separate endeavor. There we have it, right? Yes, yes. So it's not that we have to become learned to cultivate bhakti. No, thank God. You know, thank God we don't have to be pundits and know so many verses. No, no external situation can bar us from cultivating bhakti. All we have to do is serve, because serve means to love, right? And the more pure-hearted and selfless we serve, bhakti will sprout. No problem. Yes. So yeah, but so faith will grow if as we receive the Sambandha Gyan and as we surrender in service, then Krishna reveals. So that's why Prabhupada immediately engaged Simon in service. Yes, yes. So very briefly, what destroys faith the most? Prajalpa. That's such a destructive element that destroys faith completely. All this gossiping, criticizing, fault-finding happens massively over social media. Those who know me, I live without a phone. I travel the whole world without a phone. Yes. And one main reason is because I don't want to get sucked in to all this criticism, prajalpa. I want to protect my bhakti lata. I want to protect whatever little faith I have. I don't want to have this disturbed and destroyed through all this talking which is going on. Yes. Very dangerous. Very dangerous. So, actually, to protect and nourish a devotee's faith, this is like the essence of devotee care. I was for some years active in the devotee care committee, GBC strategic planning. There's nothing much happening there anymore. But yeah, that we discussed. Devotee care does not mean, if somebody is in the hospital, I bring them some prasadam, I'm doing devotee care. No, it's much deeper than that. It's to protect and nourish a devotee's faith. Yeah, that's the essence of devotee care. Because if that faith is nourished, as we said, we can survive anything. Nothing can shake us. But no matter how much we care on a more emotional platform, some tests will come. If the faith is not there, we will walk out. We will walk out. We take shelter somewhere else. Yeah, so faith, let us remember, Diksha Guru, his function is to connect us to Prabhupada. That is his role. He's meant to give us the initial discipline and training and connect us to Prabhupada. So our faith starts with Guru, but it has to lead to Prabhupada. We have to have unflinching faith in Prabhupada as a personality, as such an outstanding, amazing personality. And we have to have faith in Prabhupada's words. So the Bhagavatam is not only full of amazing leelas, but also very strong words from Prabhupada, right? Yes. And these days, you know, there's so many controversial topics. It's ever increasing. Everything in Krishna consciousness is ever increasing. And the controversial topics too. So I dare say, if we find something controversial, that goes back to a lack of faith in Prabhupada. Isn't it? Yes, yes, let's be clear. Let's be clear in this. If we have unflinching faith in Prabhupada's words, then Krishna consciousness is pretty simple, actually. Prabhupada says it all, right? But if we think there is something controversial, well, if we were a little humble, we would say, well, Prabhupada said it, there must be some reason why he said it, if we have faith. That would be the attitude, that we say, well, there must be some reason. I can't quite understand it yet, and I'm not ready to accept that in my life. maybe I still have some little mundane conditioning here, so okay, I'm not there yet. Okay, let me park it. Prabhupada said it, must be true. That would be the reaction if we have faith in Prabhupada. But if we don't have faith, then comes all the controversial things. And then we find fault, we attack each other, oh my God. So the root problem is lack of faith in Prabhupada. Yes. And I mean, let us remember, Prabhupada is the founder-acharya. Yes, that means we have to have unflinching faith in Prabhupada's words. Prabhupada has to be the most important personality in our life. Doesn't matter whether we never have seen and met him personally or not. Doesn't matter. I also have not met Prabhupada. I joined in 85. So many people think I'm a Prabhupada disciple because I'm a little elderly and all that. But no, I joined in 85. But we have to have faith in Prabhupada. Yes, that's what it means, founder-acharya. Founder-acharya does not just mean it's a title to honor Prabhupada. For many years I was also thinking like this. I was thinking, founder-acharya means we simply honor Prabhupada's achievements that he established, this ISKCON society. But no, it's much more than that. It's actually a transcendental system to protect what Prabhupada has given us. Yes, that's what it is. We all probably know the story when in Prabhupada's times, the founder-acharya was skipped. I'm sure you, Prabhu, can talk about it massively, but yeah, let me first finish. So anyway, somebody dismissed that title on the book, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, founder-acharya of International Society. Somebody dismissed it. And Prabhupada got so alarmed, and we may think, oh, maybe he was offended because his title was left out. No, Prabhupada does not get offended. Being offended is a thing of the false ego. Prabhupada is beyond that. But he was alarmed, seeing it as a danger, that his position would be neglected, his mission would be changed. That was the whole thing. So Prabhupada being the founder-acharya means, that Prabhupada's personal standards, his principles of action, his very spirit take on an organization that he created, which is meant to bring about a spiritual revolution in this whole world. Yes. So that's what it means, that he is the founder-acharya. His spirit took that shape and the standards he wanted to set and add. So that took the shape of an organization. So now, each and every one of us, we have to imbibe that same mood, that spirit, his principle of actions, his standards, that has become our very identity. And then Prabhupada's presence will be felt ongoingly. But if that doesn't take place, then Prabhupada very easily can fade away. And this can only take place if we have faith in Prabhupada. Otherwise we will not become an embodiment of Prabhupada's spirit, his principles of actions, his standards, his, how he envisioned the Lord Chaitanya's Sankirtan movement to spread. We have to have faith in this. Prabhupada said his books are the law books for the next 10,000 years. Do we have faith in that? Or do we think it's only for a certain part of the world. Do we think that? And in other worlds, some other law books are there? No, then we don't accept Prabhupada as founder-acharya. Yes, it's very clear and simple like that. But if we accept Prabhupada as founder-acharya, and we put our faith in Prabhupada, then there will be no controversial topics. No, there will not be. Isn't it? Or am I seeing things too simplified? Maybe I am. Anyway, Prabhupada was always saying Krishna consciousness is simple for the simple, complicated for the complicated. Yes, so Prabhupada was also saying, ISKCON is my body, and I am the soul of that body. So sometimes people say, I love Prabhupada, but I don't like ISKCON. Well, sorry, that doesn't work out. If you love Prabhupada, then you love his body too. Even though there may be a few troubles there with the body sometimes, well, too bad. We can't separate Prabhupada from ISKCON. It's his body. And he himself is the soul of that body. So we all know, when the soul leaves the body, body becomes dead and useless. So we cannot allow that Prabhupada, as the soul of ISKCON, leaves this body, then the body becomes dead and useless. Yes. So cultivating faith in Prabhupada is, I see it as well, I don't even know the words, as a must for Lord Chaitanya's Sankirtan movement to strongly spread and conquer the world. Yes, we have to have faith in Prabhupada, in his books being the law books for the whole world for the next 10,000 years. No matter how fast Kali Yuga progresses, we can't just think, oh, hang on, now it's not valid anymore, and. No, for the next 10,000 years. And it may take some time. Bhakti is a whole process of transformation. So we have to do some internal transformation to be able to understand and implement in our life what Prabhupada says. Some things may seem really far away, my God, But yes, why does Prabhupada put these things in the Bhagavatam? Why? Why would he waste his time if he doesn't expect us to sooner or later live accordingly? So it may take a few generations, yes, but that faith has to be there, yes. Yes, so time is gradually coming to an end. Before I open for questions, I want to bring your attention to this book table there. I know I'm not supposed to distribute the books from the Vyasa, so that's why the table is over there. So there is a few good topics. Yes. Okay, so let us see. My humble request, no controversial questions, please. I don't want to get into any discussions. I only want to share these principles. The faith in Prabhupada as the founder-acharya. Yes. So do we have any comments, questions, corrections, whatever?
Hare Krishna, dear Mata. You brought up controversial topics, and then you tell us, oh, we cannot talk about controversial topics. You described that Prabhupada said they did not go to the moon. That's a very controversial topic.
Well, as I'm saying, if we have faith in Prabhupada, we can say, okay, I'm not quite there yet. I still have faith in the modern scientists and what they are saying. But Prabhupada said, so let me park it. Then it's not a controversial topic.
The devotees, first of all, I want to just make a comment that hearing this class, anyone would think you're a Prabhupada disciple. I just want to make that clear. what we heard is the way someone who was with Prabhupada would speak. So thank you very much. And that's why people assume that of you.
That's why people what?
Mataji, you are a Prabhupada disciple. We have Diksha and we have Siksha. Anyway, as far as this other controversial topic, devotees are expecting that when we open the TOVP, the Temple of the Vedic Planetarium, one wing, which you can't go into from the temple side, is the Science Museum of the Vedic Planetarium. And devotees are expecting us, or I mean ISKCON, our devotee scientists, to explain what does it mean when Prabhupada said that. And that is what we intend to do. And I think anyone who, when it finally opens, will get a vision, which comes from Srila Prabhupada, that this is a universe based on consciousness, supreme consciousness. And that supreme consciousness awakens in Lord Brahma, the four-headed, most powerful being in the universe. It awakens in his heart all transcendental knowledge, and thus he knows how to situate 14 different planetary systems based on consciousness. So we, human beings in this Kali Yuga, we have a very limited human consciousness based on gross elements. That's our consciousness. And so when they fly into outer space and they're wearing that spacesuit, what are they doing? They're just carrying with them their very limited consciousness, and they're creating in their little spacesuit the Earth atmosphere. And they haven't left the Earth either by consciousness or by atmosphere, no matter where they land. They cannot enter the higher planetary systems if their consciousness is locked into dull earthly consciousness. So the museum will actually explain the different levels of consciousness throughout the whole universe. And it'll be very long awaited that the devotees will be able to see that angle of vision that Prabhupada said back in 69 or 70, whenever they flew there.
Yes.
So thank you for bringing that up.
Okay.
Because it led me to promote the Museum of the Vedic Planetarium. And thank you for this class.
Well,
Hare Krishna.
thank you for your humility to come here and listen to somebody like myself. Are there any other comments, questions? Let's continue here.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji, for the lecture. You spoke about the faith. So I wasn't around before, but you were, well, many of you. So is it that now it's more difficult for devotees to develop their faith because of the networking and all the things like that? It seems so, but again, I don't have much to compare. Is it like it's become more of a challenge to upkeep your faith? And yeah, that's my question. Is in today's world even harder for practicing devotees to protect their faith?
Well, it seems like that. Simply Kali Yuga is progressing, and also people don't read much anymore. I see this. You know, people spend hours on their phones just looking at this and that, and pictures and little videos, and this chat and that chat. I mean, they could do so much reading in that time, you know, but they don't. They don't. Well, it's predicted, Kali Yuga, you know, becomes very, you know, people are simply attracted to short-term visual, you know, impressions and distractions and entertainment and, you know, and yeah, social media really contributes to that. And as I mentioned, the Prajalpa, you know. I mean, I have a whole seminar on Prajalpa, by the way. Yes, it's terrible. And Prabhupada knew it. Prabhupada was chastising devotees heavily when they were just talking about this person, that person, you know. Again, with Upendra in Australia, you can read it in Prabhupada's, in Kuma Prabhu's book. Yeah, so Prabhupada was heavily chastising. And then there's this episode where, you know, devotees showed Prabhupada a telex machine, which was the previous version, you know, of fax machine, was telex. So, and devotees were all excited, saying, oh, maybe every temple should have a telex machine. And Prabhupada said, no. If every temple has a telex machine, you will talk Prajalpa all around the world. So, and I'm wondering what he would say about, you know, WhatsApp, Telegram, Facebook, this, that. Yes, of course we know it has some little advantage too, but the disadvantage is by far bigger. Yeah, so much contamination comes through this, you know, yes. So yeah, all that together, that people don't read anymore, and Kali Yuga becomes, you know, progresses more and more. So the standards go down, respect goes down, everything goes down, you know. So then, not so easy, you know. Yes. But the beginning is we have to hear how important faith is, how we have to nourish it, how we have to protect it, how we, you know, shouldn't allow it to be destroyed. That's the whole thing, you know. And then make the diagnose. I'm coming from medical background, so I'm still making the diagnose. So, you know, there's controversial topics. Diagnose is, root problem is lack of faith in Prabhupada. Let's be clear on this, you know. Yes. Yes. So then maybe it will shake us up a bit. Okay, I actually don't have faith in Prabhupada as the founder-acharya. That's why I'm doubting what he says here and there in the Bhagavatam. You know? Yes, let's make the diagnose. You know? Yes. Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you for that answer. I just wanted to add one thought. Prabhupada wrote that in the Kali Yuga, all humans fall into these categories: dogs, hogs, camels, and asses. So, what does that have to do with devotees? I will tell you. Based on what Devaki Mata said, that devotees are buried in their devices. They think they're going to get something new, some news on any level of anything they're interested in, or they go shopping, whatever it is. This is the characterization of a camel. The devotees who are buried in these devices, unfortunately, have not outgrown the camel mentality, the camel taste. And what does Prabhupada specifically say about camels? They are constantly chewing the chewed, as if it's going to be something new. They take a thorn, they like the taste of their own blood, and they keep chewing it over, chewing the chew. That's what's on those devices. Now, reading Prabhupada's books, oh, I've read them, I need something new. No, I am confessing as best I can, I don't know Bhagavad Gita. Every time I read it, it's new. And I get something so new from that reading. So if you're attached to, I need something new, keep reading Prabhupada's books. Hare Krishna.
Okay, any concluding question? Anything from the ladies? Here we have something from the ladies' side.
Hare Krishna, I wanted to ask, how can we separate the faith
loud.
Okay. How can we separate faith from following something blindly and from blind belief in something?
Well, we have the 3 points, Guru, Sadhu, Shastra, right? So Prabhupada was strongly preaching that we should not blindly follow. But we have to learn to discriminate, and we have to see, is it according to Guru, Sadhu, Shastra? So as a young devotee, we may not be able to see this. So that's why we need a counselor. There's a whole book on that topic there. Without a counselor, very difficult to make progress. A counselor is a person who is more experienced. He is our dear, most well-wishing friend. We want to be corrected by this person. He has no other interests except my spiritual growth and development. That's a counselor. So, when we have doubts, and doubts are not bad to have, it's good, you know, to be inquisitive. Arjuna had doubts, so then we go to a qualified person to, you know, get the answers, right? And Guru, Sadhu, Shastra, they are the points which guide us, which give us direction, what to follow, what not to follow, right? But if we don't accept Guru, Sadhu, Shastra, we don't have a counselor, well, then very easily we are bewildered. We don't know what to follow and what not to follow. And we blindly, fanatically follow something which is not according to Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. Right. Okay, thank you so much for your kind attention. Srila Prabhupada ki, Samaveda Bhakta.